Amazon now at $1 trillion.
Just how quickly Bezos' wealth has a balloon.
$75 million a day or $11 million per hour.
In the world of multi-billionaires, famous celebrities, business moguls, tech giants, extravagant lifestyles, and massive net worths, there's only one who stands on top of them all. The name Jeff Bezos might ring the bell. Jeff Bezos is currently the richest person on Earth, with his personal fortune eclipsing the wealth amassed by legendary investor Warren Buffett and Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates. Bezos made the top spot of Forbes magazine's 2018 400 Richest Men in America list with a net worth of $160 billion. Jeff Bezos has literally dozens of ideas that span a broad range of investments, all the way from real estate to the retrieval of rocket ship engines from the ocean floor. However, the major tech hub was not always king of the industry. In Amazon's first year, Bezos tried to raise money by predicting $74 million in sales by 2000, far underestimating the reality, $1.64 billion. He managed to gather $1 million in seed funding from angel investors after using up investment from his family, primarily from his parents, who chipped in a significant portion of their life savings. According to the Amazon CEO himself, the first 20 or so outside investors in Amazon put in about $50,000 each for a stake of less than 1%. Each investment would be now worth about $6 billion, representing 120,000 times return, given the investors held on to their entire stakes and that they had never been diluted by later investors. In June 1996, Amazon raised another $8 million in Series A from venture capital firm Kleiner Perkins. During those times, the company shares were private. Then everything changes in 1997. In the month of May, it turned out to be one of the few startups that survived the dot-com bust. As the platform diversified its product offerings and solidified itself as a market leader and pioneer, annual sales skyrocketed from $510,000 in 1995 to over $17 billion in 2001. In 2013, Bezos revealed his first plans for the company's revolutionary Amazon Prime subscription business, with Amazon Prime Air, which would use drones to deliver to customers. The company's share price reflects this phenomenal growth. The stock is given an over 523% return over the past 5 years and is up 67.7% year-to-date as of October 3, 2018. Bezos owns about 16.3% of the 24-year-old company, making it the biggest source of his wealth. A Securities and Exchange Commission filing in November 2017 showed that the CEO sold 1 million shares of his company for $1.1 billion. The last filing, dated August 2018, shows Bezos owning 78.8 million shares. However, if you assume that Jeff Bezos' wealth is only due to Amazon, you're sadly mistaken. In 1998, Bezos also became an early investor in Google. While he has not revealed what he has kept of the stock after its initial public offering in 2004, his $250,000 investment would be worth well over $6 billion today. In August 2013, the business mogul also bought the Washington Post for $250 million. Since then, its audience and traffic has exploded, surpassing the New York Times in terms of U.S. unique web viewers in October 2015, and has skyrocketed even more in 2020. Bezos also has substantial holdings in more traditional investments such as real estate. His 165,000-acre corn ranch in Texas was acquired as the base of operations for his aerospace company, Blue Origin, and serves as the test site for the vertical landing manned suborbital New Shepard rocket. His personal real estate includes holdings on both the East and West Coast. Bezos has 2 multi-million-dollar homes in Beverly Hills and a 10,000-square-foot apartment in the Century Tower in Manhattan that cost him just under $10 million. Bezos' New York presence is reported to have boosted Century Tower property values even higher, with the space selling for $2,000 to $3,000 per square foot. He also has a lakeside property in Washington State, on which he spent $28 million to increase the living space to almost 30,000 square feet. In 2012, Amazon bought its own South Lake Union headquarters building in Seattle for $1.5 billion, instantly making the company one of the city's largest commercial property owners. Amazon took possession of nearly a dozen buildings, almost 2 million square feet of office space, and approximately 100,000 square feet of retail space. Also in 2012, the company spent about $200 million to purchase a 3-block area in downtown Seattle that's being developed as office tower space. In 2014, Amazon spent another $50 million to pick up one more square block. In August 2017, the Seattle Times reported that Amazon had just as much office space as Seattle's next 40 largest employers combined. He also has a strong affinity for the media and communication industry. In the media and communication sector, Bezos has invested in Twitter with an amount nearing $50 million in venture capital to the popular business news website Business Insider. However, his investment interest does not end with these companies. One of his notable investment successes is Workday Inc., a company that provides human resource services in the cloud. Shortly after Bezos' venture capital investment in the company, it went public in an initial public offering, IPO, that garnered $684 million. In the sphere of a more traditional retail business, Bezos has also invested in Glassy Baby, a company that makes glass-blown holders for votive candles. But the most interesting investments that have even catapulted Jeff Bezos to even be the richest man in the world would be a 10,000-year clock and the F1 engine retrieval project. The 10,000-year clock project is an effort to build a clock into the side of Sierra Diablo mountain range in Texas, a clock that literally keeps on ticking for 10,000 years. The clock is planned to have a chime generator that generates a different chime sound for each day. Just coming up with 10,000 times 365 different chime sounds like a daunting challenge. Bezos explained the need for the clock by saying, "Today's global problems require long-term thinking." The F1 engine retrieval project is an effort to salvage the engines that powered the Apollo 11 flight to the moon from the ocean floor. Bezos assumes NASA would likely donate the engines to the Smithsonian. With his booming wealth, Bezos is now able to fulfill his childhood dream of becoming a space entrepreneur. Each year, he commits $1 billion to his space exploration company, Blue Origin, which in 2016 became one of the first commercial companies to launch a reusable rocket. On July 18, 2018, Blue Origin sent spacecraft New Shepard into high altitude in order to test its safety systems, which worked. The Amazon founder, whose fortune is estimated at $143 billion, according to Bloomberg Billionaires Index, is known worldwide that he's currently the richest man in the world. But what if I told you that the tech mogul is about to redefine the definition of wealth forever? I mean, we already have trillion-dollar companies, but what if I told you we might have our first trillionaire ever? Well, according to Comparison Report, a company which allows small to medium-sized firms to compare different business products, the e-commerce giant sales topped $75 billion in the first quarter of the year, driven by people depending on their home delivery services. The Amazon CEO is currently about 36% richer than the British monarchy. He retained his ranking as the world's richest person even after his divorce from Mackenzie Bezos in 2019. She kept a 4% stake in Amazon, worth roughly $35.7 billion, making her the fourth richest woman in the world. Although Jeff Bezos' annual salary is only $81,840, most of his wealth comes from his Amazon shares. The world's richest man makes $2,489 per second, or more than twice what the median U.S. worker makes in a week, according to Business Insider's calculations. The wealth of the giant tech mogul is so massive that the average person spending $1 a day is equivalent to Jeff Bezos spending $1 million a day. Multiple reports from various projections show that Bezos is the only billionaire on track to reach trillionaire status easily within the next few years. The company said their projection is based on taking the average percentage of yearly growth over the past 5 years and applying it to future years. Comparison shows Bezos' net worth grew an average of 34% over the last 5 years. With the insane amount of investments and the increased success of Amazon, it should not be surprising that the CEO of Amazon, Jeff Bezos, is currently in the lead to the world's first trillionaire. We hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks for tuning in with us today. Feel free to give us a like and be sure you're subscribed by hitting the bell icon so you can get notified every time we release a new video. Also, drop down below, how would you spend $1 trillion? Peace. Catch you next time.